Hello everyone, it's Robin here and welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to see you all today. So today we're gonna jump right into my reading journal here and I'm gonna update it with all the books that I read in January. I had such a fun reading month in January. Kind of went down a rabbit hole with a series, but I'll explain all of that to you. If you've been around my channel for some time, you probably can guess what that is, but we will just talk about it as we get to it. I've also made a couple of new trackers in here and I'll share those with you as well. So this video is in collaboration with my friend Tracie over at Midwest Craft Chat. We are going to be doing monthly reading journal updates on the 5th of each month throughout this next year, just like we did last year. And I had fun with that and I'm really looking forward to another year of all this fun and I hope you join along. I'll put a link down below to Tracie's video so that you can check it out. But in the meantime, let's flip this camera down and see what I've been reading. So I've been really looking forward to filling out my reading journal because I'm in love with this, with all its Harry Potter vibes. I love all the magic and we get to do that today. So I have 4 sections in here. We're going to start in the last section, which is called the books, because that is where I have one of the new tracker pages that I filled out because I created a reading log, which I'm really excited to share with you. Look at her. She's got information already written in so you can see the books that I read and all of the details. But I wanted a section, I wanted a tracker that I could write down the books that I'm reading and all the details about the book as I'm reading it, so that at the end of the month when I'm going to gather all the information for my monthly, I'll have it already written down. I don't have to go hunt it down. So I'm pretty excited about this. Let me share with you how I built this first real quick and then we'll get into the books. I made it as a Dutch door situation, which means that these center pages turn so it leaves these top information intact, such as we have, it says reading log, so you'll always see that as you turn. Title, this is the information that I want to track in my book. The title, the author, how many pages it is, what format I read it in, what the genre is. I like to know the characters because I like to remember their names, and a rating if I gave it a rating, which I'll get into in a moment. And then I created just all these sections using pens and a ruler and all the good things. So I used in here too, I wanted to number my books. And what I used was these book icon stickers from my shop. So you're gonna see a lot of stickers from my shop in here. I also have ebook icons and audiobook icons, which you'll see over here under format. And then you'll also see the star rating. So these are the stickers that I used here in this spread. So I wanted to number the books. So I used the books over here to number them. And then I use the icons here and then the stars here. And I just love how this turned out. And what I can do when I turn the page, because my first section goes all the way across one of these Dutch door pages, when I turn the page, I can go ahead and take these book icons and list them right down here and then continue the numbering to 10, 11, 12, and so on. And as I get through the year, if I don't have enough of these made, if I start reading more books, which is really cool, I can just add another page. I'll be able to judge that near the end of the year, which is why I love, love, love these disc-bound planners, because you can add pages. So let's go through and let me share with you a little bit about the books that I read. You can see up here I have some book covers made. I'm doing these different this year too. I have 3 different sets, which are 2 different sizes. And these books are roughly, I think they're 1.5 inches. Let me check. So these are, yeah, they're 1.5 inches tall. And these little books here are, I think they're 1.25 inches. Yeah, they're 1.25 inches. So I made 2 different size books and I made them all consistent, which is again different than I did last year. But I like that. I made them through Canva this year. And I think maybe in one of my upcoming videos, I'll show you how I go ahead and do that. Let me know down below if you'd like to see that. So I have the book covers here. I'm not going to paste them in here. We're going to do that elsewhere, but I thought this would help when I'm talking about the books a little bit, because I think this is a good place to talk about the books that I read, right? So the first book I read this year, which I wrote under title, is Christmas at Hogwarts. Now, I read this because I got this book at Christmas and I have it right here. It's a picture book. It's an illustrated book. It's illustrated by Zia Gao and it's gorgeous. Let me show you something. So here's one of the pages. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, love this so much. Love it. So clearly it's not a big book, but you know, right after Christmas, just there's a lot going on, right? And I got this for Christmas and I'm really excited about it. So the author is J.K. Rowling, and what it is they took out the story from like chapter 12 of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone of his Christmas, that whole Christmas chapter, and they put it into this book. So it has all the Christmas parts in it, which is really fun. It's 48 pages, not too long, but you know what? 48 is better than 0. And I read it in a book format. It's a fantasy is the genre. The characters, Harry and Ron. It was mostly about Harry and Ron. You see Hermione and you see Hagrid and you see Professor McGonagall. You see them. But it's mostly Harry and Ron. And I gave it 5 stars because, you know, it was amazing. I loved it. It was 48 pages of illustrated beautiness. So I loved that. What I want to do here too, as I'm doing this, is I have a mild liner here. And I thought that since I have these books here, I wanted to add just a little color to this page. And I think I'm going to take the mild liner and let's see, I'm going to mark the color on the spine and then this bottom here of all these books to show they were read in January. And maybe I'll write either a little Jan in here or, I don't know, but they were all read the same month. Maybe I'll figure it out, right? But I just kind of wanted to give them some color. So I'm going to color all these in this beautiful mint color, which is another gift I got for Christmas. Some new mild liners. Oh my gosh. I love all these mild liners. They're so pretty. And I thought this was a very January monthly color. So there, we have some color. So I know I read all these books in the same month. Let's move on to the next book. Okay, so my next book I read was The Housemaid, and this is by Frida McFadden. I've been hearing a lot about this book, and it was one day I picked up my Kindle and I looked at it. It was on my Kindle Unlimited. I restarted my Kindle Unlimited. You can see how I read it there. It's 329 pages. And this book reinvigorated my reading in such a way that I was able to do this next book, which you'll see. It's a thriller. And the main character is Millie, and it's also about Nina and Andrew Winchester. So Millie, she has a sordid past of her own. She has a prison record, and she was looking for a job. Not a lot of people would hire her when they find that out. So she was looking for jobs as a housemaid, seeing if she could do a live-in or something of that nature. She runs across Nina Winchester, who interviews her and decides to let her go ahead and stay. She kind of covers the fact that she has had, you know, prison time and that type of thing. But Nina doesn't push the issue, so she moves in and she's the housemaid. Well, all this craziness starts happening. Nina completely changes her personality. The little girl that lives there is kind of a little off in a way too. And this is how it's being presented to us. And Andrew Winchester, it comes and goes, but he's kind of this nice figure in the whole thing. But that's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to spoil it. There are a lot of psychological things going on in here. So it's a psychological thriller. There's this room that she lives in that locks from the outside, and you know, she gets locked in there. There's just craziness that happens. And I loved it. I loved this book. I could not put it down. I gave it 4 stars. Absolutely loved it. And it made me want to, you know, make sure I re-up my Kindle Unlimited, because I was just kind of testing it out a little bit, but I decided I'm going to. Because then the next book I got into was Fourth Wing. So I have this in a hardbound copy, but it's an intimidating book. It's big and it's fantasy, and I'm not really a big fantasy reader, or so I thought. But I saw that Fourth Wing is on Kindle Unlimited. So right after The Housemaid, I jumped right in and started reading Fourth Wing. Absolutely could not put this book down. I love this book. 663 pages on an ebook, Kindle Unlimited. It's fantasy, and the main characters is Violet and Xaden. And Violet is the daughter of a general, and Xaden is the son of revolutionist type situation. I gave the whole thing 5 stars, and this book is about a war college and dragon riders and life or death situation. It is just fast-paced fun. I love this book. So that's my fourth wing. The last book I read was on audio, and this is the third Gilmore Girl. I absolutely love the Gilmore Girls, and Kelly Bishop, her book came out just recently. It came out, and she plays Emily Gilmore on Gilmore Girls, but it's all about her life in theater and acting and how she started with Chorus Line and how she kind of helped create Chorus Line in a way, which is really cool. And her time on Gilmore Girls and her time with Dirty Dancing and how she got all those parts and what her life was like. And she's just amazing. This is a very inspirational read. I absolutely loved it. So this is a memoir. It's 256 pages. I did it as an audio because I love hearing the person who wrote it speak it. So she reads the Audible. So I love that. So you kind of have to go hand in hand. Do you get the hard copy where you can see the pictures, or do you get the one where you can hear her speaking? So what I did though was, because we're in a day and age we can, is as she was talking about Chorus Line and that type of thing, I went into YouTube and started seeing some of the things she was talking about, because there's video clips of when she won her awards for her Tony for it, and when she was on it, there's video of her performing. So I absolutely loved it. Now, I don't rate memoirs because I just don't feel right about doing that, but I loved it and it was a great one to read. Okay, so we have all of this part done. Let's go into the tracking section next, and I'll show you how we're going to fill all of this fun stuff out. So on the monthly stats page, this one I did make with you all. I think that we're going to write our books read here at the bottom and our pages turned across this bigger section. 1,296 pages, and I started thinking that maybe I'll use the same color on here that I used to color the books on the back for January. And I'm going to write my book pages here. So we're going to go 1,296. Excellent. And I'm going to outline that here in just a moment, or maybe I'll just do an inline. And the books read was 4. Let me grab a thinner marker. Here's a Micron 005. It's really thin. I'm going to actually, instead of outlining it, I'm just going to follow the number on the inside. Yeah, this is really thin, so this works out well. And it just gives the hint of the color, just like so. Okay, that's kind of fun. Setting up a standard. And then each month should probably have a different color in it. Well, that's fun. Okay, let's move on to the next page. Oh my gosh, this is my bingo. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. I created this with you all too. It's my first time doing a book bingo. And I have all of these prompts here. And this is why I have these little covers, because I want to decide where these will go. Since this is my first month, I should be able to find a space for all these books, right? So this will be a memoir. So I'm going to put it here because it's in the same spot as here. So these are 1 1/4 inches tall, so they'll fit in here really well. Fourth wing could really fit in a lot of things. It could fit in fantasy. It could fit in more than 500 pages. It also could fit in set. I want to put it in set in a fantasy world, because that was what really struck me, that I'm reading this whole thing set in this fantasy world. The Housemaid was a thriller, so we'll put it down here. And Christmas at Hogwarts. I got this for a gift at Christmas. I could put it in Read for Free. I was thinking of doing that as a library book, though. I could also do it as Winter Vibes. Maybe I'll do that. Let's go ahead and just put these down, because this is fun. So I print these on sticker paper. But you could print these book covers on, I'm trying to see how my spacing here. It's the first one down, right? You could print them on paper and just tape them down too, or photo paper. Okay, it's good enough. But I used sticker paper because I have that here. Let's put The Housemaid here for thriller. Yeah, it was very thrilling, I'll tell you that. So there are other housemaid books in the series. So am I interested in that? Possibly. Possibly. But I'm too far into this fourth wing situation right now. I ate this book up. This book was amazing. And that's coming from a person who doesn't read fantasy. So if you're a person who doesn't think you read fantasy, maybe try it and see. It's on Kindle Unlimited for free. And then my Harry Potter Christmas book. Yeah, very much winter vibes because they did all the Christmas things. They did the tree, they did presents, and they played games, and they went out and they had a snowball fight. So very wintry. Look at that. Oh my gosh, my book bingo has started. Love it. And I have one more page here that I put together. I've had this in my reading journal before. I put this together because this is my bookshelf, and this is where I'm going to put the covers of the books. And I used stickers, again, from my Etsy shop. I used my bookshelf strips like this because I think they look really cool, right? They look like bookshelves. And I also used my Cozy Bookshop stickers that just came out to put some pieces on the top. Books are my love language. I put stack of books here. I put the ink right here. I think that one's from this one, actually. This is the Better with Books sheet. So I used these to put in here, and then I just put some washi at the top. Loving this too. And what I want to do is just put down the books in the order that I read them, which will be kind of like so. And I think I can fit 5 on each row, so that would give me 40. And if I want to add another level here in the inside, I can. So let's go ahead and pop these in. Okay, oh, I think that looks nice. And I love looking at this page throughout the year and just seeing all the books out here. Okay, perfect. So this is all I have in here for right now. So we're gonna go to the front section, which is where I have my monthlies. And this is another Dutch door that I did with you guys. So I'll put a link down below to these videos. So if you want to check out how to do a Dutch door, you can see, because this was done exactly the same way that I did my reading log. But here is where we're going to put all of the books that I read, and then write my stats down at the bottom and do all those fun things. Decide which my favorite book is. And I think we might have room to write a quote. So I think I kind of want to put them in order. So again, these are 1.5 inches tall. And I think what I want to do is pull in these stickers for books read and pages turned. So let me grab my tweezers because I want to put those down here. So this has 12. So this will get you through the whole year if you want to use it this way. Plus you have a larger header here with it. So I could go off to the side, or I could go down at the bottom. Kind of like the idea of going off to the side. Let's do that. Kind of fills that space out a bit. And we'll do pages turned. And we'll do this kind of right here off this side. Okay, I like that. And I'll fill that out in a moment. Let's figure this out. And I want to, I could fit them all just like this, really. I want space to note which my favorite is. Let's go ahead and just put these down like this. Okay, I think that looks nice. Let me get another sticker. Okay, I have the up next and favorite book stickers. And what do you think my favorite book was? I'm a little obsessed, but we're going to give it to Fourth Wing. Now, if this is too long, I mean, I could cut the word in half and just use the word favorite, but the way I have it in here, it fits. So my favorite book of the month, Fourth Wing. Yes. That's what we're going to do. And I want to write in my numbers down here. My books read was 4. And my pages turned was 1,296. And I'm just going to write it in pen. We don't need to be crazy. Oh, I want to write a quote though. Let me go grab my quote. Let's take this out. so that we can write this better. That's probably easier. So let's see. We'll just start right here. Okay, so the quote I'm putting in here is, "A dragon without its rider is a tragedy, and a rider without their dragon is dead." And that's from Fourth Wing. I loved this book so much that I started reading Iron Flame on my Kindle, because it's on Kindle Unlimited too. Let's see if I can turn the light on and maybe you can see it better. I think it'll go right to the pages though. But look, I'm 58% through this book, and I'm on page, let's see, it'll tell me, I have to keep hitting this, 522. There's like over 800 pages on this Kindle book. I'll be finishing it in February though, for sure, and I'm very excited about it. So this is my month of January. What I have here, which I think I might want to do really quickly because I have them here. So what I used up here is the soft florals collection that I have going on, and I have both February, this is the journal kit. Actually, it's the journal header page of each one. February and March. And I kind of want to just put these in here to set the next 2 months up. Let me just pull these both out so that I can see how it looks, because I'm curious. Let's do this really fast. This shouldn't take too long at all. Just get the month set up. So if I have this here and I flip this here, so all I did is I take this top header here that says January. Yeah. And I just kind of put it right here at the top. And it's like instant decor, right? And then I take this thinner one and I put it right at the bottom. Gorgeous. And it comes with 5 boxes. So you could use however many boxes you need. And for my monthly, I really just want to know my books. Let's see. I put this one right about here. Let's go this way. I'm using the dot grid to get it a little even. I just want to know the books and the pages turned, because I have all the other information in my log in the back. So when I look at my monthly, this is what I care about knowing. And then I have these that I can save for something else. These flags might be fun to use though too. Maybe we'll do that. And then I have March here. Let's put that on real quick. Just kind of flip it upside down here. I think I'm loving how these soft florals look in here. They have a little seasonal element without being like crazy seasonal. Yeah, I like that. So I'm just going to take these two. I like these 2 green ones. And we're just going to set them right down here. Kind of just like so. Love it. Okay, and so these are set. Now, for February and March, I want to see how this looks. Oh, you know, this is going to be really pretty by the end of the year. When I have all these soft florals in here. Look at that. Love that. Okay, but we're back to here, and Fourth Wing was our favorite book for January, although I loved all the other books I read. And I am currently reading Iron Flame, and this finally came from Amazon. This is the 3rd book, Onyx Storm, and this was the specialty book. Look at that. Look at those dragons. I am so obsessed. I love birds, so the whole dragon thing kind of is bird-like, right, because of the wings, but I love, love, love this. This is a really beautiful book. So yeah, super excited about this. Let me know down below. What are you reading? Are you excited about any series? I would love to hear about it in the comments below. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have a magical day. And oh, before I forget, don't forget to go watch Tracie's video over at Midwest Craft Chat, because I'm excited to see what she's been up to for January. And I hope I see you there. Bye.